Welcome to Squeal. I'm Andy McNamara. Tonight I'm joined by John Richards, Malice Black and Dean Arcuri. And we are actually not talking about copulating dinosaurs. We are talking about fashion. Is fashion a wank is tonight's topic. And obviously I've brought in the most fashionable people from the queer community possible to
I'm here.
Share their expertise on the fashion topic.
I mentioned before that I was a bit worried because I have worn this shirt before on television. So viewers of Big Ideas at 5 a.m. on ABC News 24 might be thinking they've already seen.
I think there's a lot of crossover between our viewership, probably. We reckon.
Yeah.
I'm going to say hell's yes, and not only that, it's dangerous. Fashion.
How is fashion dangerous?
The fashion industry, particularly, because their
Bangladesh?
feet. Well, that also, the clothing manufacturer is an issue, but the message that it's sending to the young folks is causing a lot of,
So what message? What message are you
the
worried
thin
most
message.
about?
I'm talking thin
totally.
equals beautiful, right? So
Totally.
that's bombarded from the fashion industry because all of the models are
super thin.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
sending such a bad message, and it's just reinforced by the advertising
And
industry.
movies and TV shows.
Et cetera, et cetera, because we look back to like the 50s and the body shape that was supposed to be beautiful was more
different.
like,
Real.
curvy.
I do
right?
like that we're in a time though where we're much more comfortable talking about how unhealthy that looks though.
True.
It's still, I mean, yes, it is definitely something that's not okay, but now we talk a lot more about how that doesn't look good. It is unhealthy.
Yeah.
It is definitely, like, you will admit when someone's always on the first season of a TV show and it's kind of like, well, we don't know if these 6 episodes are going to last 24, so by the time it actually goes, they've stayed that figure the entire way. We hit season 2, suddenly they're a lot thinner and they look sick.
Well, I
and
was
it's
thinking
always a part of it.
Puberty blues actually is the opposite, right?
Well,
Because
yeah.
the first season is the main girl, she's quite thin, and then the next season, bam.
She'd been on.
When
a
you're
bit
looking
of
at
weight
the time
on. She'd been on,
period and what they're looking at with that kind of a show.
Do you remember it was It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
No.
Yeah.
one of the characters deliberately decided to put on weight because he was talking about how as sitcoms go on, everyone gets
really?
thinner and more, because everyone gets richer. Basically, all the actors in America get richer and richer.
So
per
do they get
season.
personal trainers?
So they'll get
and
personal trainers. So you
dietitians
sort of
and-
have in a normal American sitcom, by the
get
end,
it.
everyone's looking incredibly well dressed and coiffed. And so he decided his character should just get fat because that's what happens in real life. And I've got to say, a lot hotter.
I
when he
know,
was
you
fat.
totally got it. I was down for that in a big way as well.
Did you see Courtney Cox on Friends? At the end of the series, she had to play a woman who couldn't get pregnant, and she was actually pregnant at the time.
Yeah,
So
right.
she's getting fatter and fatter and wearing like overcoats and big shirts and whatever.
Well, when it comes to fashion, I'm a firm believer. I don't believe
the
in
pregnant's
labels.
fat, yeah.
I don't. No, it's not. But I don't believe in labels, as you can clearly see. I just, it's quite funny because I was having this conversation with a young guy last night, and he's like, "This is from here, and this is from here, and this is from here," and I'm like, "These shorts are from the op shop down the road. This
Op
t-shirt was
shop's
the only
all
one."
the way.
that
Did you ever care? Like when you were younger?
No.
Was it a thing?
I had a period where I wore nothing but purple, and it was all the clothes that I could find from Edge for like a month because that's just the way it was. What makes me feel comfortable, what makes me feel attractive, that's the stuff that I wear. When I wear labels, I feel really weird. Only because I'm like,
Knowing you've spent that much too.
well, one, the amount of money that I'm meant to spend on something seems ridiculous.
Yeah.
If I think it looks pretty, I will wear it,
Whatever.
even if it's a Hessian bag. I don't care.
I would like to see
a lot of
that.
people will have seen me in Lycra outfits, and that's completely fine.
True.
You do love a bit of
I
lycra.
do love a
Like
lycra.
Facebook.
But it's interesting because it's not a way I've prescribed to dressing ever.
Yeah.
But I talk to all these people when that's the way that they've grown up and that's the way that they are. They don't understand any other way. It is okay to wear a t-shirt that costs $15.
Yeah.
But Malice,
Especially-
you clearly have a personal fashion. You've got a personal style
Style,
thing.
sure.
So you think fashion and style we're talking about as being
Totally
different.
different. Yeah. So, like you say, I'm a real op shopper. So, I may look like I spent a lot of money on my outfit, but no. So, I don't like to spend more than like $10 on a dress, right? So, that's like the limit. And I like to go to the op shop because even if the product was made in a bad fashion, at least I'm supporting someone in the end with the giving the
True.
money to the op shop organisation that then passes it on. Because we were talking about the clothing manufacturer. That is a bad set of people, right?
Yeah.
There's some really bad stuff going on with India. China obviously has always been a bad guy. So I'm thinking we need to start a new campaign, naked.
Oh.
Come on,
Naked.
it's
You had
winter.
it here.
No, I'm thinking, or at least less clothes. So less clothes, more fun, less clothes, less care.
Yeah, see,
I don't know about completely naked. If you've been to some of the underwear parties I've been to, you wouldn't be agreeing with that.
I go the other way too, that I'm always excited. This very rarely happens, but if any new female musician comes up and I don't get to see her belly button, I'm
You
quite
like that?
thrilled.
Yeah.
Because I kind of
this
feel
is
like
true, this
I'd
is
like to
true.
see a woman go, you know what, I want you to be
That's-
listening to this.
Yeah,
not looking at
this
that.
is
That's a
true.
bigger-
This
that's
is
a big
true.
issue about-
Yeah,
But
the
there
music
is a-
industry, wow.
But I do
Yeah.
feel that, especially for
it's-
women, there's so much is now on
Sexualisation.
show.
Yeah.
Well,
But
see,
I-
that's the thing, though. So I think we were talking, someone else on another Squeal was talking about the topless thing. So women can't go around with the top off, but
Yeah.
men, that's perfectly acceptable.
Well, men
Yeah.
don't do it much anymore either.
Oh, I know, I see it all the
they
time,
do,
and I'm
they
like,
do.
put your shirt
You're
back
in
on,
daddy
man.
now.
I don't know, but Daddy Long was nice. No, but maybe it's because I am an inner city hipster.
Yeah.
But that thing, if we were talking about the fact that in the 70s and 80s, it was quite common. You see pictures of family photos where like the young kids are all got their shirts off,
Yeah.
which now seems really weird, as it should. And and it's just that thing of I think genuinely, I think burqas for everyone. That's what I'm saying. Burqas for everyone.
Oh, look, we've gone from wearing
me.
nothing to wearing
But
burqas.
yeah.
No top and a burqa. That'd be quite a...
Oh,
Because you
that's
get
a
the
look
anonymity
for
of the burqa.
sure.
That's the
Yeah.
hijab, isn't
I
it?
like
The-
that.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
That's probably a wrestler outfit.
Yeah, the one with
I'm sure
the
there's
box.
the
Wrestler
killer
outfits.
burqa.
One thing that does
Yeah.
excite me about young people nowadays.
young
I'm so
people
old.
excite you.
No, but I love those kids that are really getting clothes and using them as an outward expression of the way they
Awesome.
look.
Yeah.
Remember where it was like for me in the 90s when everyone was suddenly goth and it was all about the grungy t-shirts.
Yeah.
That's what we had.
I
Now
saw-
we're in this period of
Whatever.
just glam
Yeah.
and gorgeous, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like cosplay rockabilly.
So you should remember that I saw these two kids on the train
may have
on the way
said the
home last
exact
night.
two.
Well, I'm not sure. And the thing is, they were, I assume, early 20s, and I couldn't work out if they were going to a 90s revival party or if this stuff is just back in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And
that
they look-
90s is creeping
and
back
And they
in.
look great.
Yeah.
And I must admit, the one of the guys, when I was his age, I would have thought he was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. Now I was going, you're a bit young, lad.
Yeah.
But it was just really funny to go, that is so 90s, and I can't work out if it's a deliberate
So
reference.
Yeah,
is
totally
fashion,
90s
is
is
it
coming back.
diversifying into tribes and...
Well,
Well,
I mean, it always has,
Yeah.
really. It always
Okay.
has gone in all those different directions. There's one of those things, like history, that keeps repeating over and over
Yeah.
again
But
and
what's
bleeds into
new
it.
is the
But
is the gender
style-
thing,
Yeah.
right? So gender queer.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that is
And I love it.
definitely new
I
and
love it.
fantastic, right?
Yeah.
So the
That's
boys in the skirts, like, go for it, right? Bring it on.
The young queen
you
kids
see
are
that?
awesome.
Brunswick,
They
you
are.
see it in
Yeah.
Brunswick.
The way in
So-
which they're expressing themselves and celebrating themselves, I love it. I think it's really fun. I think it's really good. And there are a lot of labels that try to play with that and bend it a little bit without breaking their bigger market. But I love when people just go for it, especially fashion designers, and express that through those different ways.
Cool. Actually, I have seen one boy in a skirt in Footscray.
There you go. Yay.
Yep. Okay, you are watching Squeal. We have given you the up-to-date latest on fashion. I think we have to stop now. See you next time.